The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're taking good use of the open house den that we have, the Tiger's Den, little chat room that we have, it's a chat room that we have here at TFNN. You can see the charts just like you can right now, but you see them all day, and they discussed, and many wonderful traders in the den making comments, giving their positions, just a really educational experience. Dow's up 67, excuse me, 67 right now at 24,968, 24,958. What's really interesting is that we've started a leg B above the 9-period moving average, used that as support this morning. It was a little unusual for me because yesterday intraday I had a signal that said in the Chapman wave trend gauge there should be, there was a very low reading, and that suggested that the very next session should have a down early move in the Dow to negative, and then the rally should start. Overnight, I'm looking and I see Dow, the S&P's up 12, Dow's up 120. Wake up early this morning, still very strong. I thought, how on earth is this going to be a failure pattern? It's we've actually started to have a lot more failures on my trend gauge than ever before. Used to be like a 98% reading. I'd say now it's about a 90% reading, still very, very good. But I didn't understand it. So the Dow finally opens this morning, and it opens up 100 and something, and then it goes to 200 and something, 160, I can't remember right now. Now I'll tell you exactly what it was, INDU. So the Dow goes to a high this morning of 25,120s. And then all of a sudden it starts to decline. Then it's up, when I sent out my newsletter, my Traders Corner, the very last thing that goes out, my 5, 6, 7, 8, who knows how many charts I send out every day, all describing exactly what we're expecting, plus our trades, plus our positions. I thought to myself, well, I actually typed into the top paragraph, which is really a summation of everything we're looking at, even though I sent out all the charts, spent hours on my daily newsletter. That's the thing that some subscribers who don't have any time just manage to read, and gives them a capsule of what's going on. I even said, very unusual, Dow's up 100, it was up over 200 points in the futures. Now it's up about 180. I don't know how it'll go negative, so this could be a failure pattern in the Chapman wave trend gauge. Well, it turns out that there was a lot of selling. The Dow went down to minus 60, hits the 200, the 9-period exponential moving average, bounced nicely. It's up 77 right now. This is a leg. This is very interesting because in the 120-minute chart, we have just gone to a leg B, possibly a peak B. And the technicals are still very strong. So this is a fascinating experience that we've had since the low that was made on Friday, intraday. There's been a very strong move up, 23,000 from the 23,360 level in the Dow to today's high of over 25,100. So by any measure, the 1,700 points that we've rallied, or 1,600 points, I would have expected that the MACD, the moving average on this left side chart here, the daily, would have gone at least close to positive, and it's climbing, but it isn't positive yet. I would have imagined that the stochastic would be up at 58%, maybe 62%. It's at 40%. The on-balance volume is screaming to highs. And one of the reasons is that the look-back period has such great negativity that it's difficult to build that momentum. That's the only way I can look at it. It's the same as the weekly chart. We look at weekly charts, and they're looking fantastic. When they get hit hard, it takes a while for the technicals to improve. Even the monthly chart could look better than the weekly chart, which it does actually. Isn't that interesting? So let's run the numbers. The Dow is up, now it's up 89 at 24,982. The S&P, SPX, so in fact, the Chapman Wave Trading Gauge did work. That's all I was saying. Is in leg B. Yeah. It also hit the 9-period moving average, 2690 support, trading now at 2709, up 11. Good action. And here the MACD and stochastic are the same, and the on-balance volume is much, much higher, but the other two are kind of weak. And the weekly chart hit the 9-period moving average resistance at the 2410 level and has just pulled back a little bit. Monthly chart is still very strong, although there's a chance of a PD. Let's go to the QQQ, the NDX 100. 164.08, up $1.40. You see, this is still only in a leg A. The MACD is a lot better, but it hasn't crossed positive. Stochastic's a lot better, it hasn't crossed positive. The unbalanced volume is way weaker. It's good, but way weaker than the other two. Man, I tell you, this is going to be such an interesting close on Friday going into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Do we start to top out? Do we make the H pattern? Or was that the low instead of a low? We'll talk about that. Okay. Interesting, the weekly chart, technicals are not as bad as the others. Monthly chart is still very strong. So the Q is about the strongest. IWM, which is a very interesting thing. I've never spent time with the IWM. I always follow it, but I don't do anything. I've been doing some trading on the futures just to kind of get a feel for it. Every other day it's doing something different to the market. Sometimes it lags, sometimes it's lead. It's just fascinating. Different chart patterns. So I'm just using it as experience. I like to develop techniques every month or so. I like to say, hey, that's something I didn't know before. I'm trying to work on it. So it's a skill. At 151.59, up 45 cents. Good action today. The weekly chart says, yes, it could be more sideways move than a major sell signal. We'll see. The technicals are very poor. And the monthly chart, that's showing a little more weakness than the others. It's in a leg E to the upside. So let's do this. I want to look at gold because gold is going to be one of the clues that we're going to be really featuring for a little while now. Why? Because this down channel, I can't remember if I spoke about it or I mentioned whatever it is. This down channel right now was pierced to the upside, and it's a very strong move, and it really improves the weekly chart, and trading down 4 points at 1354 after a spectacular session yesterday. Wow, those commodities, some of them really screamed to the upside. It's trading at 1354. I say over 1335, very good action. Wow. It's at 1354. That makes the whole area of 1348 to 1346 very important support to hold. But if it pops into the 1362s by Monday, I must say that's going to be a very big move for gold. And the monthly chart is starting to improve as well. Everything applies there together with the other time frames. So the dollar's made an H pattern, pullback very short. We are long, we're about to be stopped out. Had a really nice move, a nice bounce, but boom, gave it all back. And the weekly chart is looking very poor. It's down 27 cents at 88.73. As far as I can tell, this is not good action, both in the weekly chart, but now even the monthly chart is starting to go back to being very negative. I'll be back. Dow's up 77, S&P's up 10. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Basil takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Basil Chapman, let's just finish up what we were looking at here. So the TLT went through a trough G. It's trying to bounce. It's up 73. So it's up 73 cents at 118.40. Just put this in here, G. And it's made this very big arch formation. It's broken key support in the monthly chart, which would be at about 119. It went lower than that, went under 118 to the 117s. Trying to bounce here. What was the question? The question was, let me see if I can find it. Oh. Yeah. Oh, good morning, Basil. The TLT looks like a buy here. What's your take on it? Thanks for your help, Rob. So, Rob, there are a couple of things going on here. Within the context of the TLT, that's the Lehman 20-year Treasury Bond ETF, the iShares, this is a very, very weak chart, both in the daily and the monthly. But when I go to the weekly, and the weekly, when I go to the monthly chart, there's a left side low that so far it's above, but it's broken the very long-term up channel. So the 116.49, it keeps changing because it gets smoothed out. A low that was made back in March of 2017. We haven't taken that out yet, but we have broken the uptrend line, but the month is still ongoing. So this is what I'm going to say. If I go to the TBT, and I feature this every day, folks, in my Traders Corner, whatever number it is. What was it today? Because it's under T's, and it's usually, so today was number 15 out of 20 bullet points. What I really am looking at here is that I'm calling this a G for now in the, there we go, in the TBT, which is the inversion of the TLT. And if you look at the action that's occurred in the weekly chart, look at this. I'm going to open it up. And you'll see that there's a left side high of 39.28 back in May of 2017. We've gone 28, huh? So 39.23. We've gone to 39.23, 5 cents lower than the high that was made. So in a sense, when I'm looking at this, this is the way I would normally do it in terms of my left side, right side price time match, I'd go to the low bar. You always want to go to the low bar if it's possible, because the low bar is your fulcrum. It's your pivot point. It is the centerpiece. It means that there's a chance you can do an exact number of bars to the one side as you have to the other side to get back to the starting point. And in this particular instance, new parallel, make that green because you want that going up. I'm going to put it in here, and boom, to the week, exactly. Now, I have a way of doing this. I always do more or less the same thing. Unless the midpoint looks like it's just not going to make it, then I have to use a particular bar that I usually use. So this is what I'm looking at. I put in a Chapman wave inside wedge from the left side low bar. Look how everything matches. Resistance right there in October at the right, going to that peak B at 36.78, as well as the A, and then it goes to a C and it stops here, but it's only a C, and it's had an overlapping wave. And that suggests very strongly that not only will there be a C, but there'll be a D at a higher point. So on a short-term basis, I'm saying, I think that on a weekly basis, wow, I wonder if I can do it now. How much time do we have? Got a lot of questions to go through. Yeah, let me just, the RTH, this is the Russell, and the ES, just to give you a quick thing before I get rid of this page. The E-mini is going back to the recent high that was made just an hour or so ago at 12 o'clock, a 2-minute chart. It's only less than an hour. It's 22 minutes ago at 27.11, and we were trading at 27.10. So this is very strong action in the 2-minute, 5-minute, and the 10-minute after that. Very sharp sell-off. Man, the buying is just coming in here. There's just no question about that. So let's get out of this page, and I'll show you what I'm really looking at here. I'd like to answer that question, and then we will go to the question in the den on TAL, TAL. That's the symbol. But first, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to grab this. I'll do it really quickly. Recent works, long-term chart. Going to go to the bond chart. What do we have here? We have coming up the chart of the yields, the triple yield bonds. The white is the CYX, the white is the 30-year, brown is the 10-year, and cyan, whoa, look at that, cyan's in leg D. You've had an expansion of leg D. Oh, this is really interesting. Oh my goodness. Yields are much higher. So at this point, the 30-year is down 33 cents at 31.44. The others on the day are down, but we've made new highs on the week. I never expected that. I said I was expecting the 5-year to take about a 5 to 8 day rest. In fact, it's taken a 1 week rest, and now it's in leg D. You've got a D in the weekly TNX, the 10-year, and you're extending leg C in the 30-year. So that means that the 30-year, the 30-year still has to go to a leg D, an overlapping wave. I think yields are going higher. So I would be very careful. I don't see anything more than a trade in the TLT at this particular point. So Rob, I'm just going to say to you, have patience, hold off. I don't see a trade at this particular time. We might be getting closer, but we're not there yet. Hope that answers your question. Now the question that I had before was, let's see, Basil. Hi, Basil. If you have a chance, can you give me your opinion on TAL? Thanks, Harley. The TBT is also in leg C. So yeah, no, I don't see any short yet in the yields. I think yields are still going to go higher. So here we go. TAL, and I can't remember. This is TAL Education Group? Isn't this the Chinese education? I think they do after school. Oh, we've got a caller. Do we have a live caller? Is that live? Ben, are you there? Because we like to take our callers. Oh, okay. Ben wants to know about. Ben will come back to the SPY. If you're not there right now, if my engineer can just tell me, I'll appreciate that. So we're looking at TEL. Very strong session today, up $1.64, 34.95. I looking at this in the long term, it's a peak F. It could be an instant restart. So F/B. And if it goes above my target here, I said earlier this morning, I answered it as an email. And I said my target would be the 36s, and that was the left side high. But let me see if I can do this real quickly. Now I'm going to go to the, let me go to the daily chart. Here we are. TEL trading at 34.98. So that would have to be A, B, C, double top, C1, C2, D. Okay, I like this very much. It's trading up $1.67. I'm still going to say that I think that the 36, what was the high that was made right there? 36.11? No, 36.16 is the target. I suspect it's going to go a tad above that into the 36s, and then it could stall. I'm going to take the break and finish up the charts on a notational basis. And I
Platinum,
see
grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
It's a special month at TFNN, and with market volatility back, we've decided to hold an open house in our Tiger's Den. For this month only, you can get a full 30 days of Tiger's Den membership without paying anything. The Tiger's Den is our interactive chat room where you can chat with other tigers and tigresses along with the TFNN hosts during each of their programs. For all of the details and to start your 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den today, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal is gone.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
So we're looking at the E is an A, B. I wonder if this is going to work out. CD, there it is. Amazing. I don't know how this works out, but there it is. We've got our D top in TEL. TAL trading at 34.91 up $1.60. What's really important about this is what we call a Chapman wave inside buy mode. When you have a very sharp decline, and then the bar that makes the low within about 2 bars starts a rally, goes to an A, and that A doesn't make an H pattern that takes out the left side low, as this did in the weekly chart. Look, the left side low on the week of the 3rd of November was 25.60. Rallies up to the 30.5 area, then it pulls back to where 26.35 higher. So that means it's got an inside. These are all gray. I call them gray because the left side Grand Canyon peak is just so much higher than the low that it's really the start of a move. Yes, I'm considering that this is an inside buy mode, and it will either go to a leg E/C above the 36.16 high of the week of the 20th of October, or it'll go a little bit higher. But so far, it's very positive. You're in it, hold tight. It's looking very good. I like it. And at some point, it's going to make it a double top and then probably pull back to the 31.5 level. Let's reassess it there. If you aren't in it, now you've got yourself about 1.5 points. I think it's actually worth taking a jab right here at 34.95, but you've got to have a smaller position. It really looks like this is just a leg B to the upside. I didn't have a chance to do the daily. I like it. It's got short term, it's got 32.30s as key support. That's in the daily. Weekly is 31.60s. I do like it. I think it's going higher. And then when it tests the 36s, give me a yellow and we'll look at it again. So GBTC, yes, you know, it was one of those. I wanted to give it to my subscribers as a buy. We are too long. We've got many long positions here. I can't overdo it. There are others that I would like better, but I liked it very much yesterday. In fact, day before, you remember, I can't remember if I had a call or what, but I discussed it. I said it's starting to, from Monday, I said, we've made some kind of a low. I think that the cryptocurrencies are moving higher. Bitcoin, I don't know if I can get it right now. Let me see if I can. Bitcoin is moving higher, and I'll get it right now. Give me a second. There it goes. So bookmark, I just have it. I don't trade it. I just use it. I should do a lot more with it, but I really have been busy. I got other things that do the same thing, so I don't have to bother about it. Look, this is a leg B, just like the general market. This is a leg B in the crypto. It's trading, if I'm correct, it's trading at 9,994. It made a low of 6,000. Wow, 6,000.00, round number low. I saw it the other day and then I completely forgot about it. A perfect round goes from 20,000 to 6,000. It's in a big bounce right now. And yes, so in answer to your question, if you want to trade it more intermediate term, because you can't get out of this overnight if it suddenly tanks, it's a very different animal. That's why before the bell, 3 days ago, when it was trading on the 9-period moving average, I was thinking about it and I'm thinking that, you know, we've got so many other things that are working well. I left it, but it's looking very good. I think it's going to go to it's at 18.07, GBTC 18.07, up $1.65. It's going to tackle probably this candle of 19.60 made on the 29th of January. Holding above, that's very good. Starting to flail its arms and fail there. Says, oops, now it needs a bit of a rest. Okay. Ben in Tallahassee. So here we go. I guess you can't, you want to know what's going on? I bet I can anticipate the question. And the question, Ben, is, was that the low on Friday when the S&P went from the 285 area down, peak F, to 252? Well, 32 points. Was that about 14%, 13, 14%? I'm going to call it, at least for now, a low. And one of the reasons is that the MACD and stochastic aren't giving me the kind of veracity, the kind of strength that I really want to see. And I might just upgrade. We are very long our positions. We've got down long positions. We've got others that are working well. Bank stocks obviously are doing very nicely. All I can say is it's a lot of work that we've seen over the past 5 sessions. And we've taken 5 sessions to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we haven't even repaired the damage that was done in the 5 sessions to the downside from the 5th of February, where the SPY was at 275.85 and it goes down to 252.92. So it is good action. It's not great action a lot of buying. We've got options as well. A lot of things going on. Then all I can say is the best thing to do is to try, well, we've already done it, so at least we're there, is to grab every sharp decline, buy the decline, and then just raise your stop accordingly. It's going to tell you. We might find, and I haven't had a chance at all to do work on my monthly chart. I'm probably going to leave it until the end of the week. Going to have a really busy weekend. Hope to get a lot of work done, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it over the weekend. I will try. But that monthly chart that I'm using as a benchmark, I can only tell you that if the low that we saw on Friday was V low and not A low, it means that at any point we could have a decline, but we won't take out, remember earthquake and aftershock? We won't take out the left side low, but it'll become a kind of an arch formation. If there's a V-shaped formation, I'm just saying to you that by Monday at this time, during my show, the SPY should be somewhere in the 274s. If that's the case, that is very, very good action. All I can say is the monthly charts are suggesting that we've had a consolidation that's pretty serious because the 9-period moving averages were pierced, but it's way above there. The 9-period moving average in the weekly chart is still resistance, and that's at 270 in the 271s. I need until Tuesday, the start of the next week, to tell me whether or not I think we're going to go much higher rather than just a little bit higher before we start to see very serious resistance. Now let's get to some of the questions. What's the difference between the sell-off now and the sell-off of November 2016? Let's do that on Technical Friday. Remind me again tomorrow. We'll get to it. I just don't know if I can answer it in this particular time right now. Good question, GT. So that's that. Let's see. We've got LQD. LQD. What is LQD? I know I've done that at some point. I haven't done it in a long time. Wow. LQD is the iShares, iBox, dollar inverse, GD corporate bonds ETF. So it's a little bit of a balance at 117.28. It's a little bit like the TLT. I'm going to say it's look at the TLT. It's almost the same pattern. It hasn't broken its big up channel long-term support. That's good. But I'm just going to say I do see yields going a little bit higher because of that weekly chart is only in C in the 30-year. So we might be getting close to where yields won't go much higher. But let's watch this because it needs to hold 116. I'll be right back. Dow's up 116.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman. So Dow's up 117, S&P's up 14. Let's see, questions running out. I did LQD. Next one is J-Mo says, oh, your trend gauge. Hi Basil. Your trend gauge is quite a powerful tool. Great work by you as usual. I almost forgot I have a question about your stops. Do you actually put your stop orders out live? Or do you have alerts set and then enter the orders when the alert goes off? Thanks. Thanks, Basil. See you at noon. Excuse me. You know, that's a really good question. I kind of alternate. Sometimes I'll just put it in. And sometimes I say, you know, I really like this. I don't actually want to be, you know, I have a higher tolerance. Actually, I have a lower tolerance and a higher tolerance. And when I have a high tolerance, I can let it go. I have a certain level I'm not prepared to let it go under in percentage terms. But I'm allowed to give, so I don't know what the answer is. It's a real tough thing. I spend a lot of time saying, where should I put the stuff? For instance, we got stopped out of something yesterday. I really liked it, and I really would like to be in it. We got stopped out for a small loss. I don't know what to say. I prefer to have stops. Sometimes we have a stop, we go right back in. We've got one that we had to stop, we got back in, and now it's up nicely. It's really a personal thing. I know Steve Rhodes has a particular methodology, but then you have wider stops. I just don't feel like I can take a 12% loss or more because if it happens twice, now you're up to 24. I don't mind a 1.2 or a 2%. I'll make those up. I can't say I make them up easily. Sometimes it is easy, but I can handle that very nicely. I'm talking about for subscribers. So for me, it's tight and that's all. But I like to put the stop in at the same time as I put on the position. But sometimes if it's something I really would like, because I like, for instance, the steel stocks, I like them very much. Right now, it's a little tough to buy them because they've had such a big move. But if they pull back, I think they might be in play again. So I hope I've answered your question to say, yes, use the stops, the kind of stops that I use. But at the same time, you need your own personal flexibility. You need to know yourself. It's really important in trading. So Boeing question is, Boeing, can it make a new, Kramer said it'll make a new high. You said it made a peak E. Yeah, it made a peak E top at 361.35. That was the biggest pullback Boeing has had in a very long time, months and months and months. Goes from 361 to 318s, 50 points. That's a 13, 14% correction. Yeah, now it's got an H pattern and it's trying to make the H that makes a cup formation. Yeah, I can see it making a new high because of that week. Remember, I said the weekly chart is still good. Monthly chart is still good. Leg E in the monthly, G/C. I think it's going to go to a D in the year. Yeah, I agree. Boeing will make a new high. XOI, dollar XOI. I don't really see anything yet. Look at the OIH, it's the same pattern. They've all got the same kind of pattern. Yeah, I don't see anything yet in the oil. Just at the moment, I'll tell you when I do see something. The OIH, the oil service at minus 48 at 23.86. I'll be more impressed if I can see it at 25.70 to 26.30. Then I'm going to say, oh, finally a decent rally to the 25s and 9 period moving in the weekly. At this point, nothing. I did that. Oh, what was that? Oh. So tax break for companies like Boeing, Applied Material announced special dividend for tax benefit, really. Whether it be probably for government, lots of revenue. See, this is very interesting. The government is making more money than ever. I know all the cities around here on the Northeast, they're talking about how much money they're getting in, but they are spending. They've got all these programs the schools have. You'll never be able to take away some kind of help program for anything that you've included now. Those will stay. Sciences and music and all those things will go before you can get rid of anything that is to help people. It's just the way we are at this particular phase in our socio-political economic sphere. And I don't even know how you can answer that. What do you do? What do you say? There are some times when you have to just say, we want to help, but maybe some other service is going to have to do it. I don't know what you do, but all I can say is that I was at a meeting the other day, kind of like a trustees meeting, one of those. And administration for fundraising, there used to be maybe one fundraiser, maybe two. Now the president of the college or university has to be a fundraiser. That's the new ones are mostly fundraisers. And underneath them, they've got just an entire floor of fundraisers because there's so much money that needs to be made because the cost is so heavy in administration and all the things that we have that people have taken for granted. I mean, you go to a college now or university, you go to the cafeteria, you look and you say, what is this? I mean, you've got choices, you've got, maybe it should be there, maybe it shouldn't, but isn't that a really unnecessary expense? Rather put it into education, doesn't have to go into food. All right, got that off my chest. Transportation, IYT. I'm going to talk more about that because we're going to this particular period, and it's going to be a really interesting thing how we get out of it. This period of pampering kids. Boy, they are not going to be ready for real life when it comes. Peak E in the weekly chart of the IYT. This is a bounce, and all I can say at this time, I'm calling the bounce in the transportation average something to keep in mind because I think it's going to fail in an arch formation. That's the reason why I think we will get retests of the recent lows. So that's a clue to me. Trading at 188.31, down 34 cents. Even with crude oil like this, we're not bouncing like we should. Next question was, you're looking for a second half of February sell-off? I don't know yet. In my time spans, the way I look at things, I'm looking at Monday and Tuesday as being really important. Good question, Bob. I don't know. Tomorrow's Technical Friday. I'll have time to chew on this tonight. XLI, URI, and HTZ. HTZ is Hertz, and then wasn't that Avis Hertz? Yeah, I think it is. No, it's Hertz Global. Car is Avis something. Anyway, not good. Down 71 cents at 18. There's that H pattern that I'm always afraid of. Goes to at least an A or a B, and then it turns down sharply. This is more a short than a long. Hertz, look out. Uri, I haven't looked at for ages. This is that company. This is the United Rentals. Whoa, also went to a peak C. Remember I discussed this. I said everything about it says that it should be a D's. Went to a peak F in the daily top back in mid-January. But that was only a C in the weekly, no other way I can count it so far, and a C in the monthly. This is positive looking out. but I think it's in for a little bit of the stormy weather here. Stormy weather. Yeah. URI at 165.85 down to $1.19. I'd just be real careful. United Rentals. Next question. We've got a lot of questions. So Cisco. Cisco trading. Where did I put that? I've typed it on the chart. It's not a Cisco chart. That's URI chart. Cisco. Big spike to the upside. All-time high. I think it's worth talking about Cisco. Old school, what's happening and what's it telling us? I'll be right back.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earn me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
So Monday's a stock market holiday. Gosh, that's okay. That's good. So let me just do this. We're going to have a great session tomorrow in terms of looking at what we weren't able to look at today, and we'll start to plan for next week. Square was a Square Inc. point of sale software to management receipts. I like it. It's trading at 44.26 up 241. Question was, what about it? I like it very much. It was one of those OSTK. Let me just see. Yeah, there were a bunch. OSTK, Overstock, Square. I think even that, what is that, Riot or IoT? I had a list of them, but we have some in long positions. Riot's not acting all that. It's up one. It's not great, but it's moving. But I had a list of some of those that I thought were really important right now in this what I'm at least for now calling a counter trend rally. It might turn out to be the real thing. So what we're looking at is Oh, so not in the futures market, but the market is okay. So question here, Monday's a holiday. What if the VIX goes up? So let's just do the VIX quickly. See, this is going to be very interesting. The VIX is up 40 cents right now at 19.67, but below the 23.20 9-period moving average. Certainly it's cut in half, more than half from the 50.30 high. We'll see what happens on the close tomorrow, Friday. I think it's another another whippy day tomorrow. So where it closes on the weekly chart, because 16.17 is the 9-period moving average, 14.17 is the 200-period moving. We've had 3 weeks that we closed above it. This is the third week that we could. 2 weeks we did. This is the third week if we close above either of those levels. So this is going to be worth watching. I think I covered almost. Is it the XOM? Is this the question? Was this the dreaded H pattern? Well, it hasn't even made the H pattern. This is really a very serious decline. This is the decline that we should have seen for the third week. It's an inside bar, but it should have been a green candle, not a red candle. Just like, look, the SPY. Look at this one. See? There's the green candle. That's what you want to see. XOM, Exxon is not doing that. Folks, stay tuned. You've got Steve Rose, you've got Dave White, you've got Tom O'Brien, you've got Andy Heck. Great program coming up. Check out the Tiger Den here at TFNN and have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow and see you soon. Check out my opening call.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.